Hello, Mary Meet. A few comments actually I've gotten on some of my videos lately reminded me of a topic that every so often comes up in the occult. And that is whether or not only old books, old systems, and so on and so forth have any value. So I thought I would give my 2 cents on this, because it's not a question that can just be answered like poof. There are several considerations. Now, let me just adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. What you can say for those that favor old systems is that they often, then tried and true. If they have been around for a long time, it's generally because a lot of people have found value in them, so they have proven themselves over time. And of course, then a new system will not have had the benefit of that. They will not have been tried over generations, meaning you have much more of a mixed bag. The other thing that speaks towards older systems is that before the boom of interest in the occult, there were far fewer books published about it, and generally speaking, the few people that published books about it, let's say earlier than, basically if we go 50 years old and back, then the people that published books on it, generally speaking, were fairly knowledgeable and did it because they had a burning passion for this topic and not because they were trying to earn a buck on a very popular topic. And yeah, that of course you can't say about things today. So you can say that with older books, older systems, and so on and so forth, the signal to noise ratio is better. Does that mean, however, that all newer systems are bad? No. I mean, even the best older of systems that's old were new at one time. So yeah, what this person was saying, and if you are interested in reading the debate, I haven't taken a lot of part in it because I haven't had time. It's in my video, I think it's called Witchcraft vs Ceremonial Magic. If you just search for that, you can read it. Basically, his comment is that modern witchcraft, and by that he means neo-paganism, because what he discussed there has to do with neo-paganism, not modern witchcraft in general. But yes, that neo-paganism is worthless because A, you choose your own gods, and B, it's not old. But while ceremonial magic, and by that he means Western ceremonial magic of a certain traditions, that they are far superior because they bases themselves in one very established deity, the Abrahamic ones, and that the systems have been tested over time and as such are more likely to yield results. Now, here's the thing. First of all, why are you practicing magic? Because that definitely should play into what system are you working with. For example, ceremonial magic, well, there are definitely practical purposes for ceremonial magic as well. Generally speaking, you will be putting a lot of energy into something to produce effects that are practical. And by practical, I mean things like attaining fertility, healing, bringing yourself good luck, attracting friends, all of the things that you might want to use magic for. You will be spending a lot of energy to produce those results, and far more energy than with a more practical system. because ceremonial magic, to a certain degree, or almost completely, are based on self-development. It's a spiritual path meant to lead you to enlightenment far more than it is a practical system meant to bring you luck. But so if what you are looking for are something to charms and spells and things to bring to basically affect your life in the here and now, then something like witchcraft is a better choice than ceremonial magic, because ceremonial magic is much more about increasing the power of your spirit, developing yourself, becoming closer to the divine, becoming closer to your spiritual self. Of course, a bit depending on what system you're working with, because not all ceremonial magic are the same. In either case, there's nothing wrong with practicing both. Now, moving back to the topic at hand when it comes to new versus old. And I mean, it's definitely not just him that have this opinion, that it's only old systems are of any value. The older the better. And I mean, if you find, for example, an old grimoire, and there's a lot of these old black books, for example, if you go back to witchcraft, there's a lot of old black books around, at least in Europe, that were written by old cunning men and women, village witches, and the like. And they describe their methods. And to a certain degree, you can say that such things are extremely valuable because they were the experiences of people that were working with it, that made their living out of this, and that were tried and true for them. And many have then based their systems on the information in these books. So you have a generation of trying this out that lies behind this. While you can say there's also a lot of noise in the occult, new age witchcraft field when it comes to books, because it has become extremely popular. There are dozens and dozens of books published every month, and generally speaking, if you write a book on magic or witchcraft and you get it published, it generally will sell. So of course there's a lot of people that write this just to earn money. So if you had you could afford one book, and your choice was either a reprint of an old grimoire, whether or not that is ceremonial magic or basically old folk magic and so on and so forth, or you could buy a new pagan book. If what you're looking for are not the religious part but the magic part, I would probably go with the old book, just because of it has a higher signal to noise ratio, so you have a greater chance of getting something that are actually extremely valuable to your path, rather than just the same old that you can find in dozens of other books. However, there are also a lot of materials for newer systems, such as, for example, Wicca, that has been tried out now for decades, and that, for example, I've been using and had great success with. So, I mean, that's why you need to research what books you're buying. Look at the comments on Amazon. Google them. Ask around on various pagan forums what they think of this book. You need to educate yourself about what you're buying. And I think we have a responsibility to do that, because if we don't, then we sort of just we continue to make it profitable to publish crap and just expect people to consume it. But yeah, like I'm saying, when it comes to newer things, 50 years and younger, you have to be more conscious of what you are getting, because as it became more popular, it also then have that scrutiny. Basically, for somebody in the 1800s, for example, to go to the trouble of publishing a book on magic, both the social stigma of it, but also just the cost, they had a very strong motivation. Often these things weren't even published, it was their own personal notes that were later found and published. While today, it's not that difficult to write a book about these topics and earn a pretty penny on it. So, But yes, in and of itself, are older systems better than newer ones? No, they aren't. All system has been new at some point in time. And I think, for example, I had a friend that would never touch any occult book or any occult system that was younger than 50 years. And to me, it is a sort of narrow-minded view, because it sort of forgets that these old systems were new as well. And also, one problem that this, the old is always better, the old is always better, it sort of creates the problem like the one we have in Wicca today, with people saying, oh no, it's thousands of years old. Because there's a very strong motivation to say that, because within the occult community, a lot of people places value on age only. So to say that, no, my system was actually created in the early 50s. So, 40s and 50s. That sort of then gives something a lot less credibility within some occult circles. And I think that is the wrong attitude to have. I think it's much better to always be skeptical of any system, new or old, and try it out for yourself, learn about it, and then judge whether or not this is a system that works, and whether or not it's a system that works for you. And it's also important to remember that while a system might not speak to you, while it's a system that might not work well for you, it might work very well for others. And I guess that a bit of this, what I'm saying now, is because I'm a chaot. So for me, it's all tools. But it's important to remember that within the occult, there aren't a one truth. It's about finding the tools and the paths and the systems that work for you. And for some people, it can be a very new system that works for them, while for other people, it's something old that works for them. And for me, I use whatever function for me, depending on what is it that I'm trying to achieve. If I, for example, have a headache, I might light a blue candle and whisper a short prayer over that candle, or just do a laying on of hands and send energy. I'm not then going to start a 3-hour ceremonial magic ritual to get rid of that headache. If, however, what I'm trying to do is communicate with my higher self and raise my spiritual vibrations to get closer to God, then I'll do a ceremonial working. So for me, it's just use whatever tools fit. It's the same as with anything. If I am going to peel a fruit, I'm not going to use a meat cleaver. And if I'm going to chop up large pieces of meat, I'm not going to use a small fruit knife. And but that's basically, for me, I use whatever system works at the moment. And I mean, I might not be the most applicable in this case, because as a chaot, I might use anything. I might decide, that ritual that in this Dungeons and Dragons book, that seems mighty fine, we'll do that. Or, well, we need a deity for this working, Mickey Mouse will do. Because to me, it's all tools. Nothing of it is true. All of it is just tools to help my mind focus. But yeah, I mean, for anyone, I think that to just dismiss a system because it's younger, that is a way of cheating yourself out of a lot of wisdom and knowledge that you can find in a lot of younger systems, like, for example, Wicca. But at the same time, it's clear that in the modern times, there are a lot more noise to signal ratio to what are out there. So you have to be far more careful. And yeah, that are my opinions on the matter. I hope you have a great day, and blessed be.